Can you give us your name and why you're here today?
Sure. My name is Grant Wilson. I am a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, 10 years. And I'm down here today because I feel it's important to come stand shoulder to shoulder with other people who feel the same way I feel. And because we're here to make a very clear statement to the government and to everybody else in our country that we feel that the activities and things that are being done are wholly and completely unacceptable. There is a deep and intense emotional anger over what's been happening, and more than anything else, the mistreatment of our World War II veterans I find to be wholly and completely unacceptable. It's an atrocity. You've got individuals who are literally dying by more than 1,000 a day, and they come here one time, finally, to get a chance to stand at a memorial where we as a nation finally recognize and give them the respect that they have earned, and they're turned away. I find that to be, borderline criminal, and without a doubt, wholly and completely morally unacceptable. And so I feel it is a requirement. It's compulsive for any of us who know what's going on, who are aware. And to be honest, it's a requirement for all Americans, whether they realize it or not, to come down here and say that to the government and let them know exactly what we think and what we feel. They need to realize that they work for us, that they're elected, and we are a constitutional representative government, right? So, a constitutional republic. So they represent us, but they have to remember and respect the Constitution. And I was talking to some of the park police, and that's what I stressed to them. They have to remember that they took an oath to the Constitution, and it doesn't matter whether or not they were giving an order. Their responsibilities are to support and defend the Constitution, and that's it. As far as I'm concerned, there's two sides of a coin. There's the military on one side and the police on the other. And it's together we keep everybody safe. So I consider you guys to be, two sides of one coin, and I was one side of that, and I still am in my heart. And so to see individuals out here, because every day you have to put on a uniform, every day you have to come out here, and it's a choice. And in doing that, in making that choice, you're choosing to support something that we all agreed is unacceptable and we wouldn't support. And if we turn around and say, look, Mr. President, you got a job to do. I respect the office, if nothing else, but I can't do these things you're asking us to do. Help us find something that we can do, because I can't do that. And if they push the subject, I'm sorry, I've got to take these things off and I will find a new job. I'll tell you something else, I'd go hungry. I live on the streets first. I can't do it. And that's my heartache. And that's a lot of the heartache you see here. It's true, it's not malicious, and I don't hate any of you, neither one of you, right? But my heart's broken because you made the choice. It kills me, it eats me up inside.
Especially you're a Marine.
Man, I was told to do certain things when I was in the Marines, and nothing on this scale. But when I turned around and told my boss I couldn't do it, all hell broke loose. But that went away real quick, right? And I didn't get a good fitness report out of it, but I slept well. Now I can't speak to what the challenge you have, because you guys lose your job. I get that. Would I choose to give up my job? And everything else falls second. And the other thing is to remind them that they have a moral obligation. It doesn't matter how good and how moral their work was yesterday. If today they're being told to do something that is wholly and completely immoral, they have a responsibility to themselves and to the rest of us to say, no, I won't do that. I can't do that. And if it means my job, so be it. And I understand.
I can't say specifically what's bad. I can't even go into that because of my position.
Fair enough.
Trust me when I say, yeah.
But I would say to you this: when you look down and you ignore everything else, and you focus on your moral compass, and you focus on what God tells us in our soul is right, and you align yourself with what is right, and you look up whatever that decision is, and the consequences be damned.
What was your response you got from them when you told them that?
When I talked to one individual from the park police, and I could tell that he was deeply struck by it. It's not something he realized.
That's a valid point. They have a program at the facility there for that exact purpose.
Job or country,
This
and it's all about the job.
This doesn't reflect that. There's nobody here doing harm. You know what? I've come out here after the rallies for other organizations, and the place is wrecked. I've come out here for conservative rallies, and afterward, the place is clean. You'll see people go, hey brother, you dropped some trash here. Oh, my bad, I'll pick that up. I didn't drop this trash, but I'll pick it up. Because that's the nature of the people here. And for this kind of response to those kind of people, that's absolutely not appropriate. The notion that they're veterans. We got World War II veterans, more than 1,000 dying a day, and some were turned away. How can that be acceptable?
Parking at the Lincoln is normal.
Now I'm gonna leave you alone. I know you've got a job to do. So shake my hand. I appreciate it. Thank you. God love you, bro. Bless you. But what has to happen first is you have to have the moral integrity to stand up and do what is right.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.